Hi guys, welcome back to tutorial race, and in this video tutorial you are learning TypeScript, and in this series I'm discussing about TypeScript database. So we have already covered a few data types like string, number, and void, and boolean. Now we will discuss about undefined and null, and also user defined data types. So let's see the difference between undefined and null. So what is undefined? A variable is said to be undefined if it has been declared but not initialized, whereas null is assigned to a variable whose value is absent at the moment. In simple words, when you do not assign a value to a variable, JavaScript engine treats it as undefined. The null value is assigned by programmer to indicate that variable has nothing inside of it but intend to have value later in program execution. So let's see with example. Let's create a new file called null undefined.ts. Now I'm declaring a variable, say num1 number 1, not where num1 number. Now let's check by printing its with console.log. So I'll write here console.log and then print its value num1. Compile it. Let's see what is its value. ESC null dash define.ts. Now run it. No, you can see its value is undefined. That means what? We have declared this variable, but we have not initialized with any data or value. That is why it is displaying undefined. Now, if we check this type, which type of operator, so we will write here console.log console.log type of num1. Now let's check its value. Compile it, then run. So you can see undefined and undefined. So its value is undefined as well as its type is undefined. So there are following points what we learned. The variable has been declared in the program. Num1 has been declared. The variable is no value assignment done for the variable. As you can see, num1 didn't have any value. If you check the type of variable with the type of operator, it will be undefined. Please note that it is done one of the primitive type string number boolean null undefined symbol new ESC in JavaScript. If a function returns undefined, it doesn't return any value. Undefined is not return keyword in JavaScript. Okay, and now let's know about null. So null represents intentional absence of value. So conceptually, it's very much like null in other programming languages like Java, C Sharp, etc. Null expresses a lack of identification, indicating that a variable points to no object. So let's see how null works. So let's say we have declared a variable called num2 and then we assign null. Now, if you console.log num2, then it will display null. Now, if you check the type of num2, then it shows object. Please note that null is one of the object with a valid value, no properties, is non-mutable, and only a single instance of the same exists in the system at all times. So did you notice one thing? When I just checked type of num2, then it is displaying object. So rather than showing null, it is displaying object. So actually, this is a bug of ECMAScript or JavaScript, which is still continuing. Now, using equality operators with null and undefined. Always remember to use strict equality operator triple equal for comparing values with null and undefined. When you want to clearly distinguish between the null and undefined variables. Read more this one. So comparison examples. We have declared here new var and null var. So in this case, the value is in the first case the value is undefined because we have not defined any values, and in this case the value is null. Now, if we compare new var equal to null var, then it will show true, which is not correct. It is showing true, but if you know that if you use double equal to, so it checks the value, okay, not its type, not its data type. So if you use 3 equal to, that means it checks value as well as data type. So since data type is different, so that is why it is showing false. One major difference between null and undefined is in the way they are converted to primitive types. Null is converted to 0 while performing primitive operations. Undefined is converted to none. So let's see with the example. Primitive conversion example, new var undefined, null var null. Now if we add new var plus 500, then the value will display none. If we use null var plus 500, then it will display 500. It's a mistake here, so it will display 500 here. So that's it, and I hope you understand difference between null and undefined in TypeScript. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.